Good morning, everyone. It says that more than the Jewish people have kept the Shabbat, Shabbat has kept the Jewish people. This week's Torah portion, we received the 10 Commandments. And the 4th commandment is remember the day of Shabbat to make it holy. And every Friday night, when the sun begins to set, we go to the synagogue and we welcome Shabbat. And we welcome it with a very famous song, L'cha dodi l'krat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela, which is sung to so many different beautiful melodies. In our synagogue we sing, L'cha dodi l'krat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Or sometimes we sing, L'cha dodi l'krat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Now what is the meaning of the let us go and greet our beloved Shabbat, and then we say the face of Shabbat we will receive. Why do we refer to it as the face of Shabbat? What is the face of Shabbat? And the answer is, when you look at a person, how do you identify a person? How do you distinguish one person from another? How do you recognize a person? You don't recognize them by their hand or by their leg. You only recognize them by their face. There are billions of people in the world, but everyone has their own unique face. Why? Because every person has a body and a soul. And the soul is reflected in the face of a person. When you look at a person's face, you can learn about their character, about their personality, about their temperament. Because the face is where the soul of man is reflected. And therefore what the passage is saying is, let us go greet Shabbat and let us welcome the face of Shabbat. You see, in this world, God is concealed. We don't always see God. But on Shabbat, that's the face of Shabbat. That's the face of God. The face of God, where God is most felt and recognized and His presence is imminent, is on the day of Shabbat. Shabbat, we feel the holiness of God in this world and in our lives. And therefore, we welcome the face of Shabbat. There's a story told about this person who was an atheist. And one time he said, "This Rabbi, I don't believe in God." And the Rabbi said, "Well, why don't we meet and discuss it, have a conversation about it?" So he said, "Fine, I'll be happy to meet." The Rabbi said, "When are you available?" He said, "I'm available any day next week." And the Rabbi said, "Week? What's a week?" He said, a week, W-E-E-K. The Rabbi said, "I don't know what a week is." He says, "What do you mean you don't know what a week is?" The Rabbi said, "Look, I know what a day is. The sun rises, the sun sets every 24 hours. That's a day. I know what a month is. The moon orbits the earth every 30 days. That's a month, the cycle of a month in nature. I know what a year is. The earth's orbit around the sun, 365 days a year. That's the cycle of a year. But what is a week? What happens in nature? What phenomenon is there? What distinction is there between one set of 7 days and the next set of 7 days? Absolutely nothing. Nothing changes in the world of nature. The only source for a week is the Torah, the Bible, which says that God made the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. And therefore, if you believe in weeks, what you're really saying is you believe that God made the world in 6 days and rested on the 7th day. Because if you're an atheist, you shouldn't have any weeks in your calendar. We all recognize that God is present in our lives and this world around us. But sometimes we're aware of it and sometimes we're not. Shabbat is when we feel the face of Hashem shining down upon us with His warmth, with His love, and with His smile, which is reflected in the love, the warmth, and the joy of Shabbat, in the faces of all of those we celebrate Shabbat with. Have a wonderful day.